Hi everyone, and welcome to the Art of Medicine from Anatomy to Diagnosis with Dr. Motahari. Have you ever felt that you're always exhausted regardless of how good you sleep? You are not alone. Fatigue is one of the most common problems in medical practice. And while it can be due to some environmental or lifestyle factors, in some cases there are an underlying medical disorder. Okay, here in this video, we will speak about the lab tests that could uncover some of the most common causes of fatigue in general population. So if you or anyone that you care about is wondering why am I always tired, this video is for you. Let's dive in. So, what are the probable causes of persistent tiredness? It could be due to some lifestyle factors and due to some medical causes. What lifestyle factors may affect our energy? Maybe poor sleep hygiene, lack of physical activity, or chronic stress or burnout. And what medical condition can cause to persistent tiredness? Anemia, thyroid disorders, different vitamin deficiencies, diabetes, sleep disorders, depression, anxiety, and some more serious problems like different kind of autoimmune disorders or heart problems or kidney problems or any other chronic infectious or non-infectious problems. Let's discuss here common simple etiologies that can lead to persistent tiredness and the lab tests that could help us to diagnose them. The first thing is anemia. Anemia is a condition where the number of red blood cells or the hemoglobin concentration within them is lower than normal for patients' age and gender. This can lead to persistent tiredness because of lack of enough oxygenation to the tissues. What are common symptoms of anemia? Fatigue, tiredness, dizziness, pale skin, shortness of the breath, fast heartbeat, cold hands and feet. And how we can diagnose anemia? It's not too complicated. With a simple test, simple CBC, complete blood count, serum iron, total iron binding capacity or TIBC, and ferritin, we can completely understand the cause of the presence and also the cause of anemia. In the previous video, I completely explained about how we should approach to anemia and how we should order different tests in order to get to final diagnosis and finding the etiology of anemia. If you like, you can go there and see that video for more explanation. The other things is hypothyroidism. What is hypothyroidism? Hypothyroidism is a condition where the thyroid gland, which is located in front of your neck, does not produce enough thyroid hormones, which are called T3 and T4. These hormones are essential for maintaining your body metabolisms, which control how your cells use energy. When the level of these hormones go down, we don't have enough energy. Our cells don't have enough energy. What are the common symptoms of hypothyroidism? Fatigue, depressed or long cold intolerance. It means that it's very hard for you to be in a cold environment. You cannot tolerate it. Okay. Dry skin, hair thinning, weight gain, not that much. You cannot consider any weight gain as a hypothyroidism. Okay, this weight gain is special. Okay, this is not something that anybody that weight gain just ask for a thyroid test. No, just forget about that. Okay, constipation, irregular or heavy menstrual periods, puffy face, memory problems, brain fog, and slow heartbeat. How we can diagnose thyroid disorders? Again, with two simple tests, TSH and T4. There is no need for fasting, but it's preferred to be fast. Okay, and because TSH has a has a variation during a day. It means that it has the highest level in the morning and the lowest level in the evening. It's better to do the test all the time in the uh, same time. It means that all the time in the morning, okay, or all the time in the evening. But I prefer and I recommend that you do a thyroid test in the morning and when you are fast all the time. This time you want to check your thyroid, okay? In the morning fast, you go to the lab. And next time again in the morning, not in the different times, but because it's normally has variation within body, and maybe it can lead us to wrong diagnosis. You don't have any thyroid disease, but you did the test in different time in a day. The other causes of tiredness is vitamin B12 and folate deficiency. Okay, vitamin B12 and folate deficiency can lead to anemia, and as I explained, anemia can lead to persistent tiredness because of insufficient oxygenation of the tissues. If you want to know more about vitamin B12 deficiency, anemia, um, diagnosis, or anything related to that, you can see my previous video. Common symptoms of vitamin B12 or folate deficiency are fatigue, weakness like daughter anemia, pale skin, shortness of breath, dizziness. The things that are more specific for vitamin B12 are numbness and tinglings in the hands and feet, difficult walking, balance problems, some neurological symptoms, okay? Cognitive disturbance, memory loss, confusion, okay? They are more specific for vitamin B12 anemia. And how we can diagnose this problem based on a simple CBC that we detect anemia, and then uh, we suspect megaloblastic anemia, and then we order for serum level of vitamin B12 or folate based on our clinical suspicion. The other thing is vitamin D deficiency, a condition where your body level of vitamin D is below the normal range, affecting bone health, immunity, and energy. Vitamin D deficiency affects more than 1 billion people all around the world. The symptoms of vitamin D deficiency are non-specific, including fatigue, muscle weakness, bone and muscle pain, joint deformities, mood changes, especially about muscles and bone. And symptoms are mostly in these two categories. There are lots of other symptoms too, but symptoms that we can suspect to vitamin D deficiency is more related to bones and muscles. And for laboratory diagnosis of vitamin D deficiency, we should order simple vitamin D, 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Okay, and it doesn't need anything, not fasting, anything, any time a day you can go. But as always, I highly recommend that you do all the tests in the morning and when you are fast. 8 hours fasting is enough. Okay. The other things is prediabetes and diabetes. What is prediabetes? Prediabetes is a warning stage when your blood sugar level are higher than normal, okay, but not enough to classify it as diabetes. It means that your body start to struggle with insulin sensitivity. Mhm. You may not have any symptoms, but it affects your heart, and it may lead to stroke, and also increase the risk of diabetes very much. It means that when we are in this stage, we should take good care of our lifestyle, our diet, exercise, very important. And when this is fulfilled, we will have diabetes. That is a chronic condition where your body either does not produce enough insulin or cannot use it effectively. That leads to high blood sugar. For diagnosis of prediabetes or diabetes, we have some tests. One of them is fasting blood sugar. Okay, that when it's between 100 and 125, we name it prediabetes, diabetes. And when it's more than 126, more than or equal, it's considered as diabetes. The other one is a parameter which is called hemoglobin A1C. That is a measurement of your blood sugar in the last 3 months. A mean, a mean of your blood sugar level in the last 3 months. It's also a good indicator of diabetes. And when it is between 5.7 and 6.4, it's called prediabetes. But when it's more than 6.5, it's called diabetes. The other one is 2 hours glucose tolerance test. What is that? We use a simple glucose solution. The patients just drink that solution. First, the patients give some fasting blood sugar test. After that, she or he drinks the solution, and after 2 hours, again another blood sample, looking for the level of blood sugar on that sample. And if it's between 140 and 199, we call it as prediabetes. But when it is more than 200, more than or equal to 100, it's diabetes. For these three tests, it is recommended that we should repeat it in 2 different occasions, not just one. We will not make a diagnosis on just one abnormal test. For example, today I had a test and my FPS has a problem. I cannot tell that I have diabetes now. I should repeat it at least 1 week later. And if it has a problem at that time, okay, we can call it now. There is another test that is a random glucose test. It means that any time in a day you just go to the lab and do the test for blood sugar. If it's more than 200, but you have symptoms too, it means that diabetes symptoms, polyuria, polydipsia, unexplained weight loss. In this situation, this is called uh, diabetes 2. And that's enough for diagnosis. We don't need to repeat it in another time. So when to see a doctor? When there's this persistent fatigue with no clear cause, no chronic stress, no sleep problems. When you are losing weight without trying, you are not on a diet, but you are losing weight. When there is shortness of the breath or chest pain, or any mood change, depressed, anxiety, fever, night sweats are very important, muscle weakness and pain, memory issues, brain fog, heavy menstrual periods, and any other additional symptoms. If fatigue interferes with your daily life or come with other symptoms, it's time to see a doctor for a proper evaluation and possibly lab test. We should keep it in mind that fatigue has many causes. And if you have any abnormal symptoms plus unexplained fatigue, you should see a doctor. Always you should consult with a doctor. So thank you for watching me. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you again and see you on next video.